fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world listening to me, I greet you and I welcome you to Biafra Universal TV. This moment is the moment for us to discuss properly based on the traveling of the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile to other countries in order to notify them concerning the upcoming inauguration of self-referendum of Biafran people in Finland, and at the same time for Biafra restoration. I have taken my time to listen to some of you who said that you objected for Simon Ekpa from traveling to United Kingdom, and some other countries in Africa and in Europe. All right. I have listened to your points making. I have listened to everything you say. My people, you are very much right. What you are saying is making sense. I didn't see anything wrong about what you are saying, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made a journey outside the United Kingdom and he was kidnapped. Barely 4 years now, he was kidnapped by Nigeria government. And nobody seems to be thinking or talking about it. Nobody in Nigeria sees it to be something important to talk about. Because why? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for the emancipation of Biafran people in Nigeria. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for the United States of Biafra. All right. And everybody seemed to see him to be the worst enemy so far that Nigerians have. And today it has come to the knowledge of both the dead and the living that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not an enemy of progress, is not the enemy of Nigerians, is not the arch enemy of federal government of Nigeria, and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not hate Biafrans, neither Igbo people. All right? He didn't hate Igbo people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was devotedly fighting for Nigerians. Let me put it that way. Because he is saying that the deaths of Hausa people by Fulani people's hand is not good. He said the deaths of Yorubas are not good by the hand of terrorists. That the deaths of Biafrans are not good by the Fulani invaders. So where has he committed an offense? But because the political elites in Nigeria are made up of Muslim stuffs, and they see it as if their religion is being kicked against, because these are Islamic extremists, those who claim to be fighting for holy war, that is jihadists. Fulani Mieti Allah, deadliest terrorist on earth. And this is why, because Buhari was a Fulani man and invited his co-terrorists in Nigeria from different countries on earth to come and finish Biafra land and for Fulanis to occupy it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu arranged the ESN, and that was the genesis of the offense. Buhari planned and sent Nigerian military terrorists to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's father's house to assassinate him. And luckily enough, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu escaped the assassination. And now, Nigerian government, Nigerian politicians draw a map on how they can influence him out of United Kingdom and get him kidnapped in Kenya. Are you getting what I'm saying? So let your mind be straight. Don't be deceived by the long stories of some people, and some will begin to ask you, what was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu looking for in Kenya? What took him out of Britain, what this. Listen, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a public figure, is a world figure, is not a hidden person. Anywhere he enters today in the world, he must be respected because the whole world look at him like Nelson Mandela of South Africa. The whole world look at him like Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. All right, many prominent, politicians, many prominent leaders today that are still alive and some are dead. You can liken Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to those people because they are fighting for the freedom, the protection of the lives of his people without bias. He doesn't have a double mind in what he's doing, and because he is saying the truth and he is doing the right thing, there is no point of looking here and there. He goes straight to the point to declare the emancipation of Biafran nation out of Nigeria so that Biafrans can have peace and the impunity killings in Biafra land can be put to an end. Then both Igbo politicians, Biafrans politicians, Nigerian politicians looked at him to be the worst enemy ever existed in Nigeria, and they decided to terminate his life. And finally, fortunately to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, where they landed him was DSS custody. But don't forget, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a man of God. And the Bible said in the book of Psalm 105 verse 15, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Think back, send your mind back. If they have killed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, how will Nigeria look like today? But he is alive, and the whole thing concerning him for his release, and because he is not being held by the international law, Nigeria law set him free, discharged him and acquitted him. The issue is that Nigeria is not a country and does not have constitutional immunity, have no respect to the law. At the same time, they breached or they violated an international treaty, which they are signatory to. So, what do you have to say to this? And when this happened, the Nigeria government, called Buhari, was making mockery of Igbos and said Biafra is a dot in the nation. Biafra is a dot nation. Listen, Buhari knew it too well that Biafra is a nation and Biafra must be a nation and Biafra was going to be a nation. Listen to the provocative statement of Buhari that will make you, if you are a real Biafran and the Biafran blood is flowing in your vein and your blood chromosome, you will rise up to against every injustice and perversion of judgment melted against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So you heard that Buhari said, look up here, that he will teach Biafrans with the language that they will understand. And what is actually that language? The language of killing, the language of vandalism, the language of recklessness, the language on how he joined hands together with Yorubas during 1967, 1970, 1969, 1967 to 1970 to massacre over 4 million Biafrans, starved them, both men and women, to death, and the whole world was watching. What I'm saying, the whole world is aware of what I'm saying this moment. Nobody should read negative meaning into what I'm saying. What I'm saying is straight, and it is a clean and a clear truth. What happened to Biafrans during 67-70, because the whole world themselves they join hand with Nigeria to make sure that that particular tribe called Igbo or Biafrans is completely eradicated from the face of the earth. But today, here we are, that Igbos are everywhere in the world, that without Igbos in this world, that the world is not complete. This world will sink because Igbos are the sunshine of the whole world. Igbos are the wisdom of the whole world. Igbos are the salt of the whole world. And when you remove Biafrans out of this world will be heated with great tsunami. I'm telling you the truth. Because Igbos are special creatures from the spring being who made human being. All right? The way others were created is not the way Igbo man was created. Igbo man was created very dynamic, very systematic, very understanding, beyond human comprehension, great nature, endowed with natural skills, gifts, mineral resources in the land of Biafra. And when you look at the whole thing, anyhow you like it, turn it. There is no anybody you can compare with on earth with the Igbo people. And this is why nobody likes them and nobody wants to see them. Igbos are the only people who can start with little and become great in no distant time because of God's given wisdom on them. Igbos are the people who can withstand every test of time. No matter how the storm is blowing, no matter how the thunder is sounding, grumbling, Igbo man must stand, must succeed, must progress, must become somebody in the midst of nothing. I believe that somebody is with me this moment. So, in this case now, the case of Nnamdi Kanu is completely different, all right, from whatever you are thinking or whatever you are talking. So, we cannot hide the Prime Minister of Biafra inside the room. We cannot prevent him from moving from one country to another to create an awareness of the declaration of Biafra. He cannot fold his hand and sit down in one place. All right? You have a good point. You made a good point. So, but I am seconding the motion to your good points, that this is what actually made Nnamdi Kanu to be kidnapped, because he traveled out of United Kingdom to Kenya, which Kenya country and Kenya government have the same lifestyle, the same government, the same Islamic movement. Everything about Kenya is the same with that of Nigeria. All right? And this is why Kenya government did not say a word. Rather, he collected a bribe to sell an innocent person. Nnamdi Kanu helped the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. Kenyatta helped, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe helped the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. He helped his father when the father was about to be judged and sentenced. It was Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe from Anambra State that went for the father of Uhuru Kenyatta, and he was not killed. White men released him. All right? So why should Uhuru Kenyatta, look into the face of an Igbo man who saved his father and betray him and sold him to the enemies. So what I'm saying today should make sense to you. Master Simon Ekpa, I believe that what has happened to Master Nnamdi Kanu is a detriment to whosoever that is prominently fighting for Biafra freedom. You should know that African countries join hands together with Nigeria in whatever that is going on in Nigeria. African countries are not condemning it. African Union are not condemning it. How many times did you see African Union coming to intervene, coming to fight Nigeria terrorists? This is what the African Union is supposed to do, because this is their primary responsibility. They're supposed to take it as a priority, provide their soldiers and ammunitions, because Nigeria is the giant of Africa, and the whole thing is happening in Africa, and the African Union cannot provide or proffer a lasting solution to the terrorist attacks every time on innocent citizens of Nigeria. Are you getting it now? So, in the case of the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile, I want to tell you that Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile have gone worldwide, and Biafra have already come. So, you cannot display such barbaric act on him. You may arrest him, that is the truth, but you must release him, because he's not owing you anything, and he did not commit any offense in your country, and he did not commit any offense in Finland, and he did not commit any offense in Nigeria. And this is the things that those who are planning to kidnap him refuse to understand. All right? You can see that they are myopic in the understanding. They cannot see beyond their nose. They don't know anything about law. If they had known the law, that this is what international law says, no country on earth will try, all right, to kidnap or to extradite or to arrest Simon Ekpa, because everything he is doing is according to international constitution. And if you must arrest him or extradite him, you must follow logical process. Are you getting what I'm saying? You must follow logical process. You must follow due process. He is not hiding. He is not running away. So it's whenever that Nigeria government and their caterpillars and cankerworms finished making noise, you see him, he will come out and tell you he is here and nothing is happening. And that is the truth. But sincerely speaking, some of you who have come up with this opinion have done well. I congratulated your wisdom. But I believe that the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic, Simon Ekpa, is very wise, and he's a wise man. He must know how he trade. He must know how he move. And I believe that security around him is so tight to the extent that even an ant cannot be able to cross where Simon Ekpa is without that ant giving an account of what he comes to do or she comes to do. If not, the ant will be crushed. Meanwhile, the movement for the actualization of United States of Biafra continues. So, my dear listener, I believe that what I'm saying this moment, or what I'm telling you, is making sense to you. So, our Prime Minister is on his way to attend a conference for the preparation of Biafra restoration come December 2nd. Thank you.